A lot of people think trials are about blame or money, lawyers arguing in a courtroom, but that's not really it. To answer the question about what trials are, we have to ask big questions. Why do we even have trials at all? Why does our community need them? What happens to ordinary people if we don't have them available? If you've ever been hurt because someone else cut corners, ignored safety rules, or wasn't paying attention, these questions become very real very fast. Trial is the community's way of saying, we will not let the entity defending the one who harmed you decide your truth. It's the one place where a regular person can stand equal before the law to a corporation or an insurance company. It's the only process where evidence must be presented, witnesses are put under oath, and the truth is to be tested in the open. A trial is not a fight, it's an accountability tool. When there are no trials, insurance companies decide what your injury is worth, not based on fairness or justice, but on profit. Dangerous companies keep dangerous practices because no one forces them to change. People who are hurt get told, take it or leave it, even if that offer doesn't cover your medical bills, lost wages, or account for the loss of the life that you used to have. Without trials, the people who caused the harm get to walk away untouched, and the person who was hurt gets left with the fallout. Trials expose unsafe practices so they can't stay hidden. Trials force companies to fix problems before someone else gets hurt. Trials create public records so the truth doesn't get buried in private settlements. Trials remind everyone that safety rules matter and cutting corners has consequences. The trial is how a community says we expect better conduct from each other. When someone is seriously injured, their life doesn't just pause, it changes. Losing the ability to work, losing independence, losing hobbies, routines, identity, strain on the family, chronic pain, medical debt, fear about the future. A trial gives that person a chance to tell the full story. Not the insurance version, not the corporate version, but the human version. And it's the only place where the harm is measured honestly, where there's real accountability. Most injury cases settle, but the only real reason they settle fairly is because a trial is possible. The threat of a jury, regular people making decisions that affect not just the person who brought the case, but their community. That's what keeps the system honest. Trials are the backbone. Even when they don't happen, they shape every negotiation, every offer, every outcome. If you're watching this because you or someone you love has been hurt, you deserve to know this. Trials exist to protect you. They exist so you don't have to accept whatever an insurance company decides your life is worth. Trials are how a community stands up for fairness and justice. They're how we make sure safety rules mean something. And they're how we make sure no one gets ignored just because they get hurt. That's why we have trials, and that's why they still matter. Thanks for watching.